Hey guys, it's Missy Wolf, and I'm here with Marla Cannon Goodman, and I got her name right.
Yes, you did.
I'm excited. Sorry, I've been working on it. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about, but I want to talk about the fact that when you first started your music career, you were in a completely different profession.
Yes, I was a nurse.
She was a nurse. Oh my gosh. So I have to know, that is completely different than music.
Yeah,
and it takes a lot to become a nurse. So
I grew up in a house of music. My dad is he was a songwriter and he's a record producer. He actually got his first big start in Nashville playing in Mel Tillis's band.
Right.
And I almost stuttered. Mel Tillis.
It's okay. I stutter a lot.
And so with me, one of my main things that I didn't want to do was country music. And so I went as far from that as you could go.
Right.
I was the first white girl to ever be in the band at Tennessee State University.
Oh, wow.
And and so I marched in the band there. And
oh my God! See, this is why I love her. I didn't even realize how connected we are. I was in the marching band too.
Oh really? I was
Yes.
drum major in high school in the band. I played
wow.
clarinet, but when I went to TSU, I had a red clarinet.
I started with the clarinet.
Really?
Yes, I did. Anyway, go ahead. I'm
And
so
it
sorry.
doesn't help me at all in songwriting.
No.
You really can't say much when you're playing the clarinet.
No, you can't.
But I always wrote poems all through school. My friends would break up with their boyfriend. Marla, write me a poem. And
Right.
then they would make fun of me. I would write something really serious, and they would
Yes.
publish it in the newspaper. And
Right.
my best friend, who'll be here tonight, always made fun of me.
my
Always.
gosh.
And,
Oh my gosh.
my very first, the one poem that she wrote, made fun of the most, was called "Turning," and when I was working as a nurse, and one of my dad's friends said, "Marla, why don't you do anything in the music business?" And I was like, well, I just never thought about it. And my little sister Melanie piped in, and she said, she writes poems. And he said, well, I would love to read some. And so I was like, okay. And I gave him a few.
Right.
And, a couple of days later, he was from Washington, and he called me up, and he goes, hey, Maples. He called me Maples for Marla Maples. And he said, hey, Maples, listen to this. And he started singing me that poem that my friend made such fun of me for writing. And I was like
wow.
going, maybe I should try that. So I did, and
Right.
I asked one of the guys that hung around with my dad and them all the time. I said, "Will you write a song with me?" And he said, "Sure, I'd love to." His name was Charlie Steffel, and I wrote a song with Charlie. And one of the other guys that was there that day was Gene Ellsworth, and he was the second guy I ever wrote a song with. And the first time the three of us sat down in a room together, we wrote "The Fool."
Wow.
So yeah, it was the first
Wow.
two guys I ever really connected with in a room,
Right.
and we ended up writing "The Fool" together, which was awesome.
That is incredible. And, okay, so your friend made fun of you, but you're not laughing at her now, right? And I think that's great. And it's another connection. I used to have friends all the time that asked me to write poems for them as well. And I used to do it, but they were always silly. I tried maybe one or two serious ones, but I
Yeah.
never was like, whatever. I was always told you'll never be a writer. So I was like, okay, I'm never going to be a writer.
One of the things I used to do in school too is when we would have a big test, I would put the test answer, like the quiz at
Right.
each other, and I would put the test answers to music. So we would all be singing
That's
it.
how you learned. That's how I
Yes.
learned all my state capitals. Yes.
It made it so
Oh,
much
wow.
easier.
That's awesome. I am so connected to her already. Do you like coffee?
I love coffee.
Oh my God, I'm coffee obsessed.
I'm a
okay.
decaf girl now though, because I don't do caffeine anymore.
That's okay, because we can still go to a coffee shop
That's
because
right.
they serve decaf. So her and I are going to go. She doesn't know this yet, but I'm totally making sure that we go to a coffee date together because we need to talk about more. But you have some successes right now that I want to talk more about. Like you have a song that just hit pretty big on the charts. So let's tell everybody about
Yeah,
that.
that would Rock On with Tucker Bethard. And it's funny, I've known Tucker since he was 6 years old. His dad's one of my best friends, and being able to sit down and write with him, and I actually wrote it with him and his dad, and just to see him out there, he debuted on the Opry this weekend, and it was
Nice.
amazing to sit there with his mom and dad and get to watch them watch him.
Oh, well, congratulations
yes,
for that.
awesome.
That's great. That's awesome. And I have to tell you that song, my daughters love that song.
Well, my daughter loves it. It's the first
Okay,
time
so-
ever I've heard one of my songs coming out of her room over and over and over again.
So your daughter does that too?
Yeah,
The
she's
repeat.
13.
Oh, mine's 14.
Yeah.
I was thinking, man, okay.
We're connected.
We are connected. Is your daughter in show choir or anything? Does she sing at all?
She's in chorus.
Oh, see?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
She says, will tell you she can't sing good, but it just doesn't come as easy to her
Right.
as it does my son. So then,
Right.
therefore, she says she can't sing, but she can sing.
Oh, you can sing. You just got to do it. And you got to, have people that know how to help you with that. And I'm sure.
She says he's not as cute as me, so it works out.
That's awesome. Good comeback. I love that. Well, that's great. And so we're here tonight for the Hank Cochran
Oh, yes.
Pen Fund, the benefit show for pancreatic cancer. So
It actually benefits all any kind of.
okay.
Well, what we're doing now, the way we've got it set up, is that it. I'm one of the board members now. Booth asked me to be on the board, so
okay, perfect.
They've set it up where we can help all songwriters. Anybody that's got cancer, it doesn't have to be just pancreatic. It can be breast cancer. It can be lung. Anything that. Because we have so many friends in the business, and what it does is we can go in and help them pay their bills and help. If their lights are getting turned off, we can keep their lights on. And like one of the big songwriters, Booth was talking about this yesterday on 650. Is his air conditioner was broke, and all he wanted to do was die at home, and he couldn't because his air conditioner was broken.
I know, so sad.
That's our main thing, is to make them comfortable and help them out any way we can.
Right.
When they're going through that.
It's definitely an amazing nonprofit organization.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is, and not coming from the cancer side of it for me personally, but having any family member who's sick and in the hospital, when you're tending to them, you don't think about yourself. You don't think about your own life. You don't think about those things. It's all stressful. And so for an organization like yours to be able to come in, and I don't want to talk about mine, personally anymore. I've done that enough. You guys already know. But, just knowing what that does for those families, it's like the Ronald McDonald House for, the families with kids in the hospital. It takes away the stress that those families feel. They don't have to worry about their meal. So how great that somebody who didn't have air conditioning and all they wanted to do was pass it home.
He ended up. They brought him Booth and Susie took him home with them.
Wow.
And because his air conditioner wasn't working, and so he ended up staying there with them for his last days. But he should have got to stay at home, and that's what we want to do. We want to help them be able to stay in their houses.
But even at that, the fact that they opened their home to him and gave him as close to what he wished for as he could get. I mean, that's pretty incredible, and not a lot of people in this world think like that.
Right.
So that's amazing. So,
he's the one, I think, that changed the direction of it, just not being about pancreatic cancer and branching out to everybody, because his cancer wasn't pancreatic, but he needed. And with us, with the music business, we're such a family. And when one of us needs, we want to help fill that need. And
absolutely. And we were talking about that with Booth earlier, too, that Tennessee takes care of its own.
Yes.
Everybody here they do what they can. They step up. There's no, what am I going to get out of it? What's going to happen for me positive? So I love that. I love that and I'm so glad I moved back here.
Like I see Waylon sitting over there, and he's the MC with Booth tonight. And nobody said, will you please come do this? He says, I want to do it.
Right?
And that's how we are. I mean,
absolutely. That's great. That's really incredible. And so it's very, very nice of you to be here and to talk to us tonight. And I know that this was spur of the moment. You probably didn't even know you were going to be talking to me.
Oh, that's all right. I love it.
And I know that I'm crazy. And
so am I.
We were having some fun, before this a little bit ago, and it was pretty fun. I enjoyed getting to know you. But sitting down here, I'm like, wow, we're way more connected. So yes, definitely I want to do coffee with you at some point. I think it would be a lot of fun. But I want to keep up with you. So every time you have anything that that's coming up that that you're working on, or any news that you have to share, let us know. We want to let the viewers know, and anything we can do to help you, anything our viewers can do to help, being that you're a board member, to help this cause, let us know. Is there a site that they can go to right now? Is there anything that they can do right now?
You'll have to ask one of them, because I'm technologically challenged.
All right. You know what? I think somebody else knows
it's
that I am.
www something.
All right. We'll find out, and we'll put it up there for you guys to see. Don't worry about it. But until next time, stay tuned.